Students, now we are going to solve exercise 2.2 of class 10 general maths. Before that, I would like to discuss with you the relation between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. Students, as we all know that ax square plus bx plus c, this is a quadratic polynomial. Now if I use here equals 0, then this could be quadratic equation. I repeat again, there is a small difference between the quadratic equation and the quadratic polynomial. If I write ax square plus bx plus c, this is quadratic polynomial. But if I write ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, this is quadratic equation. If it is quadratic polynomial, then we will use the term zeros of the polynomial. And if it is a quadratic equation, then we will use the term roots of the quadratic equation. The method is same. In both the cases, we need to find the value of x only. Now, next point. There are two terms. If it is ax square bx plus c means quadratic polynomial, then we'll use the term sum of the zeros. Sum means, look here, alpha plus beta. Alpha and beta are the are two Greek letters and can be used for the finding the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. And same things means alpha and beta are also being used for finding the roots of the quadratic equation. So alpha and beta means minus b by a. Now minus b means what? Look, this is a square bx plus c and alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, the formula actually. Now minus b means what? Look here, minus coefficient of x, look here, bx. So b is the coefficient of x, that's why I have written here, sorry, that's why it's being written here in the book, minus coefficient of x, which means minus b by a. And alpha into beta means product of the zeros. If it is product, then formula is actually constant term by coefficient of x square. Constant term means there is c. C means any value, maybe 1, 2, 5, 7, any fixed value without x and y. So this is constant term. And coefficient of x square means, look, x square means the value with x square can be called the coefficient of x square. So this is our formula for finding the relation between the zeros of coefficient of polynomials. I repeat again, alpha plus beta is minus b by a, means for actual formula is minus coefficient of x. Look here, coefficient of x is b and coefficient of x square means a. Coefficient means the value with x square, value with x. This is called coefficient of x square and coefficient of x. Constant term means c and coefficient of x square, so c by a. These two value will be used for the ax square bx plus a, which means quadratic polynomial. But sometimes we may use gamma also, means alpha beta gamma. In that case, there will be not quadratic polynomial, there will be cubic polynomial. We'll discuss about the cubic polynomial later on. Now today we are going to solve exercise 2.2 first, depending on the quadratic polynomial. Now let's have a look how to solve the exercise. Students, now we are going to solve exercise 2.2 class 10 general maths. Question number 1. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. First question, x square minus 2x minus 8. And there are total 6 questions. Now I will solve one by one all the questions. Now let's have a look first how to solve the first question, x square minus 2x minus 8. Now student, just we're going to solve that exercise 2.2. The first question is 1 Roman 1. The question is given here that x square minus 2x minus 8. This is the question given here. Students, the solution that will start here now. Let px equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. Px means polynomial of x, because all the variables are here x. If it is s, then we'll write here ps. If it is t, then we'll write here pt. If it is u, then we'll write here pu, like that. So Now we are going to solve this one by using the middle term factorization. Now look here, x square, then there is 8. So in middle term, look here, there is 8, so there is 1 into 8, how much? 8. So here I will write such kind of value. If I add or subtract, we'll get the middle term, and if I go for the product, we'll get the 8 here. Now what should be the product actually? Look here, there is only 8, but here is 1, but there is 2. Now how could I find this value? Look, I am writing 4 minus 2 x. Look here, 4 minus 2 is 2. There is minus, means minus, and 4 2 is 8. Minus sign is there, minus, which means these middle terms matches if I use 4 minus 2. Now next step would be x square minus 4x minus minus plus twice x minus 8. Now next would be x, then x minus 4. Now if I take here 2 common, then x minus 4 again. So next would be x minus 4 and x plus 2. This is after calculating the polynomial of x in terms of middle term, but this is not the end. Now after that, in this question it is mentioned that we have to find the zeros, and then we have to verify the relation between the zeros and the coefficient. So here I will write for zeros of px, for zeros of px, therefore px equal to 0. Now what is the value of px here? Value of px is x minus 4 and x plus 2 equal to 0. Now either x minus 4 equals 0, which means x equal to 4, or x plus 2 equal to 0, then x equal to minus 2. So these two are the zeros of the polynomial. So we can write here therefore the zeros of px means the question x square minus 2x minus 8. Zeros of px are 4 and minus 2. This is the first part, means finding the zeros. Now we are going to solve the verification part. Now student, I will write here that sum of the zeros equal to, the formula is actually, sum of the zeros, the formula is actually, here I will write minus coefficient of x, coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, sum of the zeros. Now look, what are the zeros here? 4 and minus 2. Now just here I will put down that 4 plus minus 2, because sum of the zeros is already mentioned, and now here minus coefficient of x, and here it is coefficient of x squared. So if I write again here the coefficient of x, so we'll write here coefficient of x, and there I will write coefficient of x square. Now what could be the answer here? 4 then minus 2. We'll have to write again here that minus coefficient of x, and here coefficient of x square. So answer could be here 2 only. 2 equal to minus coefficient of x, and there coefficient of x square. So in the last line, look, actually in the given question Now student, look here. The coefficient of x 2, there is minus. If I take minus on that side, so it become minus 2. So coefficient of x is minus 2 and coefficient of x square is 1. Now I am going to show you the actual question of which is given in the book. The question is actually x square minus 2x minus 8. Coefficient of x is minus 2. Here we have already got minus 2. Look here, coefficient of x is minus 2, which means coefficient of x, if I take minus on that side, become minus 2. And coefficient of x square is 1. So look here again, coefficient of x square is 1, nothing means 1. So first one over, sum of the zeros. Now we are going to solve the product of the zeros now. Now the next one is product of the zeros. Product of the zeros. Product of the zeros. Product of the zeros equal to, formula is constant term. Constant term by coefficient of x square. Now look here, product of the zeros. So here the zeros is actually 4 and minus 2. Now if I want to go for the multiplication here, means product, then 4 into minus 2 would be here. And now look here, here also we'll write constant term by coefficient of x square. Now look here, the next one is 4 to the 8 means minus 8. Minus 8 equal to, here we can write that constant term by coefficient of x square. Now look, next one would be here. Now minus 8 by 1 equal to, we can write here that constant term by coefficient of x square. Now look here, again I am going to show you the actual question given in the book. Just look once, constant term means minus 8 and coefficient of x square means 1. Look here, constant term means minus 8 and coefficient of x square means 1. So here we have got the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient for the first question. Next question is Roman 2, 4s square minus 4s plus 1. We have to find out the zeros first, and after that we are going to verify the relation between the zeros and the coefficient. Okay, now let's have a look how to solve this one. Students, now we are going to solve that exercise 2.2, question number 1, Roman 2, and question is given 4a square minus 4s plus 1. Here we are going to solve this question, and I must tell you one thing, that question number 1, Roman 1 done in some other method, and in this question I'm going to show you one different method. So whatever you feel good, you can go through. Let ps equal to 4a square minus 4s plus 1. Already, student, I told you that whatever is the variables will be given here, so depending on the variable we'll use ps or pt or px, py, whatever may be. Now look, again we are going to solve this one by using the middle term factorization. So there is 4 into 1 means 4, and there is minus 4. So by solving this one, look, if I use here 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 into 2 4, and 4 ones are 4. So this term means 2 plus 2 satisfy the middle term factorization. Now after that, 4a square minus twice s, again minus twice s plus 1. Now after that, if I take common 4s here, answer would be, look here, there is 2s and there is 4a square. So if I write here 2s, there would be 2s, and already this portion being common here, so minus 1. Now here nothing is common means minus 1, so 2s minus 1. So next would be twice s minus 1 and 2s minus 1. Now after that, now look, just after that, for zeros of ps, therefore ps equal to 0. Now what is the value of ps here? Value of ps is actually 2s minus 1 and 2s minus 1 equal to 0. Now either 2s minus 1 equal to 0 or 2s minus 1 equal to 0. Now after that, here 2s equal to 1 and s equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, here also 2s equal to 1, then s equal to 1 by 2. So we can say that these two are the zeros of the polynomial ps. So we can write here, therefore the zeros of ps are half and half. This is the first part. Now the next part is verification. So here I can write here ps equal to 4s square minus 4s plus 1. So if I compare this value with comparing 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 with ax square plus bx plus c, we get look ax square, or we can say not x, here we'll write here s, since it is 4 square, that's why here also s. Understood now student? If there is x, then we'll write here x. Normally in every books we can find that ax square bx plus c, x being taken for writing the quadratic polynomial, but in some books we have seen that ay square also, in some books at square a square. So don't be so confused, don't confuse regarding that, but it's okay actually. Now a equal to what? 4, b equal to minus 4, and c equal to 1. Now we'll have to find out the product and sum of the zeros. So sum of the zeros equal to, formula is minus b by a. Sum means what? Alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Now here we can write alpha equal to half, beta equal to half. Why I am saying this? Wait, look here, zeros given half and half means alpha is half and beta is half. That's why I have written there alpha is equal half, beta is equal half. Now let's have a look how to solve. Now we'll just put the value here, half plus half equal to minus b by a. Now look, after that, just after that, if I take the LCM here, so half and half, answer would be 2 only. So if it is 2, then 2 into 2, what? There is 1 and 1 also, and minus b by a. Now look after that, just after that, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 by 2 equal to minus b by a. Now look here then 1 and 2 and 2 cancel, so answer would be 1 equal to minus b by a. Now look student, one more thing is that if there is 1, so can I write here that minus 4 4 by 4 only? Because if I write here 4 by 4, so obviously if I cancel this, answer would be 1, and our equation is 4s squared. So look here, and in the next step we must say that if there is a minus b, then 4 is 4, so first one is over. So minus b by a is equal to 4 by 4, which means if I cancel this 2, we'll get 1 only, and value of a is 4, and b, if I take minus here in this side, so become minus 4. Now look, what is our actual question? Look here once, actual question is 4a square, means coefficient of a square is 4, and minus 4 means coefficient of s is minus 4. First one is over. Here just I will write the last line, that 4 by 4 equal to the, according to the formula we can write here, minus coefficient of s by coefficient of s square. Now the next one is product of the zeros. Now look how to solve this one, product of the zeros. So yeah, now write down here that product of the zeros equal to c by a. So c by a now. So here product of the zeros means what? alpha into beta equal to c by a. So here also alpha is half and beta equal to half. So if I write like this, so half into half equal to c by a. Now look here, uh, half into half means 1 by 4 equal to c by a. Now look here, value of c is 1 and value of a is 4. So according to the question, so we can write here that constant term is 1, so 1 by 4, and last term I will write here that constant term by coefficient of s square. So this is the second method which I have shown you in this video. My first question means one Roman 1 I have done in one using one method, and one Roman 2 I have done in another method. According to you feel good, you can go through both the methods. If you feel comfortable for Roman 1, you can solve the other questions also with the same method, and if you comfortable in Roman 2, you can go through the other questions with the help of the same method of Roman 2.